the start of training camp to now, how much do you think the offense has progressed?
I think we progressed a lot. I think we took some huge strides. Obviously, in training camp, there's some lulls, and especially against the defense we're going against. But I'm super proud of the steps that we've taken. I feel like we've grown in a lot of ways, from execution to mentality and upholding the standards. So we got some more work to do to get ready for game one.
What was it like seeing Dash intercept one of your passes?
That one hurt a little bit for sure. I actually knew it right when it came off my hand. I knew it came off wrong, but he made a great play. I think his coverage skills are extremely underrated, and I think he had a great camp in its own right. So, as a brother, I'm super proud of him, super happy for him. But as a competitor, that one hurt.
Jason and Chris?
No, what can you tell us about your note-taking process?
So I always take pride in my preparation. That's something that I've taken pride in my entire life. Because of my dad. My dad's kind of made sure I stayed in the film room. And I remember being young, most kids are doing homework, he would make me sit down in front of a computer and watch film before I even knew what I was watching. So preparation for me, being undersized, has always been extremely important to me. And I did hear Coach Deggy kind of went through my process, but definitely I kind of have OCD in a sense, so color coordinating is super important to me, making sure everything looks nice, and then it's a way for me to remember things.
Is life easier now that you have the iPad?
Oh, that's probably my girl, my fiance actually bought that for me, so that's probably the best purchase that I've had in a long time. It takes off a lot of steps and helps me in a lot of ways.
Chris and then David?
You talked about at the beginning of the season that the message for the team right now has been process over outcome. How have you seen that mindset be applied through fall camp?
Yeah, that's just what we attacked. We attacked every single day as a process, and the Rose Bowl and these goals that we have rarely came up over the last month. It's really been about the day-to-day process. It's been about how good of a meeting can we have, how good of a lift can we have, intentionality and detail, something that's super important to us. Coach Brendan's always challenging us to be extremely intentional, especially at a practice today where it's only 14 periods and there's not a lot of crossover work. How intentional can you be? How perfect can the reps be to get the work they need to get in?
David and then Justin?
No, you just led me to my question. You've used that term, the Rose Bowl, a number of times in the lead-up, and I'm curious why that is, because the Big 12 doesn't have a direct connection to the Rose Bowl anymore, and obviously that maybe meant something in the Pac-12 years, but why is that the lingo you're using?
For a couple of reasons. First of all, being a Southern California kid, that's something that I've dreamt of my entire life. Grew up watching Pac-12 football, especially Pac-12 After Dark, and grew up kind of just watching that game, and we've been able to go to that stadium, go to that game a couple times. So I remember when I was being recruited, something that the last staff kind of preached to me was the fact that Arizona's never gone to a Rose Bowl before, and I made a vow that I would do everything I can to be the first team, to help the first team to go to the Rose Bowl. So this is kind of something that I've been talking about for 5 years, and then starting last year, Coach Brendan has brought in a Rose Bowl standard, and that's something that he's preached to us. So everything that we do, being late, being early to meetings, showing up to meals, eating your meals, everything that we do is a Rose Bowl standard. So that's something that we live by, and that's the goal.
Justin and then Brian?
In your opinion, who has been the most improved receiver over the course of training camp?
Yeah, I talked a lot about our receiver room and how special that group is on and off the field. I would throw. I'm gonna throw Jet Smith and the two young bucks, Jet Smith and RJ Mosley. They had a tremendous camp in their own rights. I think RJ's one of the better 50-50 balls I've seen in my years here. The way he attacks the ball, his body control, and it seems like he always goes up and catches it. So he's extremely special. And then Jet, they're both professionals in their own right. But you talk about Jet and his competitive spirit and the plays that he's been able to make, being able to create separation, but also attacking the ball and making plays with the ball in his hands. So I'm super excited for those two and the growth that they've had, and I do expect them to help us a lot this year.
A lot of new defensive backs. What was it like going up against those guys in practice, and what do you think about that?
Yeah, we got guys. For anybody that was concerned about losing 5 DBs to the draft, we reloaded in that area. They gave us some problems this fall camp, and that's saying a lot because I think our receiver rooms, when you talk about depth, I think we could go up against anybody in the country. But Malcolm Hartzog, he's probably one of the better DBs I've played against in practice. So, and I think that's saying a lot considering the DBs we've had walk through this building. But you could go down the list. Obviously, Javion Coles is probably the best corner in the Big 12, and the IQ that Malk has, and then you add Boot. And Quentin Olson's got the better of me a couple times, so I'm super excited for that group to go silence the critics.
Ryan and Chris.
Yeah, yesterday or 2 days ago, Coach Davey made it official that Sawyer would be your backup. And why do you think, what did he do in camp to kind of win that? And have you already talked with him about the importance of that role since you were in that?
I think he knows the importance of it because I've heard Coach Deggy say it a lot, but he was kind of in our shadow, me and B-Lock last year. He followed us everywhere. We talked the same lingo to him. Coming off the sideline, he was somebody that I trusted last year as well to kind of tell me what he saw. But just to speak about Saw as a person, I think he's one of the better people I've ever been around. His genuineness, how happy he is when other people have success, is contagious, and then it makes you want to cheer for him as well and root for him. So I think he had an incredible fall camp. He made some throws that even I looked at him and was like, I don't know if I would have made that decision, made that throw. So he fit some things into some tight windows. He's faster. He's probably the fastest quarterback in the room. So he has some underrated speed, but the kid's such a special person. He's such a special player, and I'm excited for him to continue fulfilling that role.
And was Coach Davey trying to one-up you guys in practice today with some of his throws, showing you how to?
Yeah, I think he's trying to prove to himself he still got it, and he do.
Chris and then David.
We kind of talked a lot through spring camp and the offseason, like how nice it's going to be that you're back with Seth for another year, the first time that you've had some consistency at the coordinator position. But now that you're through fall camp, going through that, that install and all of that, just how nice has it been to have some consistency and build that chemistry, that relationship even more?
Yes, sir. It's amazing. I don't think our relationship could grow much more. I think that guy's he means so much to me, and he's helped me in so many ways. So I'm so grateful to have him, not just in my life, but have him for another year as a coach. So he's continuing to just kind of inspire this offense, and taking this offense to new limits. So being year 2 with him, the confidence at an all-time high. We're executing at a high level. I think today was one of the faster practices we've had from a tempo perspective, and that's something that he's been preaching. So the guys believe in him. We'll follow him to the ends of this earth, and I'm super proud. I'm super happy to be a part of Coach Deggy's offense again.
You're saying new limits. Like, are there things that you guys have started to cook up, like now that you have that trust and you have that rapport, like, hey, we can explore this, we can explore that, things that maybe weren't possible a year ago?
Yeah, I said for sure. And the scheme is the scheme. The scheme's gonna work. This is the best scheme I've ever been a part of. So the scheme just works. I think I've said a lot that if I just trust my rules and I play in the scheme, I'm always have answers. So there's kind of two sides to that, where you trust the scheme and you're just playing in it, but he has added some wrinkles and some things that we've tried out. But like I said, I think we're in a great spot in terms of the execution of the offense and also the personnel that we have.
Our last two will be David and Justin.
In terms of Gio Richardson, what makes him so good in the slot?
He's the definition of a slot receiver. And I could go on and on about Gio. First of all, as a person, he's probably one of the best people to be around because of his humor and how funny he is, how witty he is. And he reminds me of T-Mac in a sense where the moment's never too big for him, no matter what, no matter how hot the situation might be, what adversity you might be, and he's always level-headed. And you know that Gio's going to make a play every time you need one. So the type of person, the competitor he is amazing. But then you talk about the player. When I say he's a slot receiver, he has a feel to him. He has instincts and an IQ that allows him to create space and just kind of feel things that you necessarily wouldn't draw up on a playbook. And then he's fast. He's probably one of our faster receivers. And like I said, his competitive greatness is he's able to attack the ball in the air and make plays. So I'd fully expect Gio Richardson to be one of our guys when we need to play. I'm gonna look to him. So super excited for him, and I think he's gonna turn the world upside down this year.
And I know BYU's the second game, but what did you learn about that? And I don't know, because I don't know if we'll see you again before that game. What did you learn about that environment in Provo?
Yeah, we're not too worried about that. We're focused on NAU right now. That's kind of our main focus. It was good that we got a week extra to prepare for them. But I mean, you talk about that environment. It's gonna be a great environment. We know that, but we got business to handle in Tucson first.
We'll finish up with Justin.
What was it like seeing Arizona get you the billboard for your Heisman campaign?
Yeah, I actually didn't really see it. Everybody was kind of talking about it in the locker room, and I thought they're just kind of mocking and kind of making some fun. So I didn't see it till I got home. But I mean, it's an honor. It really is. I'm super grateful for it. I've kind of said a lot that Tucson's accepted me with open arms. So I'm super appreciative of the community. I'm super appreciative of everybody that made that possible. But the mission's still the mission. It's all about this team. It's all about one game at a time, doing everything that we want to do with our team goals. So it's a blessing, but I'm more worried about the Rose Bowl and things that we're trying to accomplish with this team.
Last go around here at Arizona, last season opener, just kind of where's your mind at right now going into this week?
Yeah, enjoy every moment for sure. This is all I've ever prayed about. It's all I've ever dreamt of. I think God's given me more than I could have ever asked for. One last year in Arizona with Coach Deggy and with my little brother. I couldn't have imagined any other way. So definitely trying to enjoy it, but at the same time, there's a mission, there's a focus, there's a goal that we're trying to complete. So definitely head down, eyes up.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all.